it's Claudia, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to pass first time for your driving theory test in the UK and how to prepare for it and what the actual experience is like when you're taking the test. So I booked my theory test a month and a half roughly before I actually took it, and which gave me plenty of time. I had done some revision beforehand, but not too seriously. It was kind of like here and there, a little bit of reading, but nothing seriously, and I thought I just gotta go do it. And in that month and a half, I solidly revised. I did everything I could. I did loads of mock tests online that you can find. I definitely recommend those. You just memorize the answers pretty much to all of the driving questions. You see the same ones pop up all the time, and a lot of it is common knowledge, except from a few that you have to look up words and find out and properly revise, because a lot of it isn't common knowledge, it's like facts. Like, for example, I didn't know what a cover note was. I didn't know what a red root or a hard shoulder was. So I had to go and revise it and get that knowledge stuck in my brain. I had that there was 700 possible questions the 50 questions could be. And so I was trying everywhere to find the 700 questions. I couldn't, because most places give you about 150 and then the rest you have to pay for. So I was like a pro at the first 200 questions, like of topics. The day before my test, I finally came across this website that gives all 700 in the different topics for free. It's called Right Driver. I definitely recommend it. I am so annoyed that I didn't find it sooner, but I literally was like, oh right, I need to get on this now. I've also always had this book, The Official Highway Code. I don't recommend this book. Don't get it. It's a waste of money. I got it for my birthday, and I was working through the book at the beginning with revising, and nothing about cars is in this book. It's all about if you're a pedestrian, then crossing the road, what should you do? Look both ways. Or you're a cyclist, what should you wear? A yellow vest and a helmet. Like, it's so basic and common knowledge, and I just got like, this is not the right thing. I didn't know that at the end of this book has all of the traffic signs, which you can find online, so you don't need this, to be fair. What I did have that really helps me was the official DVSA theory test or guide to driving books. They're quite thick. I borrowed it off my boyfriend, and it has every topic in there and all the questions, so it's really good. The actual theory test, I was so worried it was going to be a really bleak atmosphere. Everybody says in their videos that the people have stone cold faces. Me and my dad went in just so we could find the building, and then he left. And while he was there, the guy at the desk, this bold, quite butch guy, looked very grumpy. The moment my dad left, he became this comical, happy, great guy, and it really eased my nerves. He was like, oh, it's your first time, eh? And I went, yeah. And he was like, oh, you look nervous. He gave me a key to a locker and took my provisional license. You definitely have to have that, don't forget it. I asked if you had to put in coins for the locker. You don't, but he said, yeah, that'd be £50. Stone face, and he held it for so long. It was awkward silence. I went and the guy around the corner went like that, and we knew he was joking, but he wouldn't break. And it was just so awkward. We were just sat there like, yeah. And then he went, well, if you want to buy the locker, it's 50 quid. If not, no, here's the key, it's free. And then I went around the corner to this older gentleman who I thought again was gonna be scary. He was even more comical. He was lovely. He was like, it's your first time, right? And I went, yeah. And he was like, oh, this is so exciting. He went like that, and I went, oh, yay. You have to put out your arms like this and then turn them to show there's nothing on. I had my glasses on. Let me just demonstrate. I had my glasses on, and he told me to like bend them down like this. He said, you haven't got anything in your pockets. And I said, I don't have pockets. So, and he said, oh, all prepared, look at you. You go in and it's quite full. There is one big desk, but in between are two blue shelter kind of things covering, and I was in number 9. I literally looked up to the ceiling and I could count just above me 4 CCTV cameras, like, and there's a computer and there's some headphones on the side. So I started the theory test, and it gives you 15 like pages worth of like information on how to do it, and they did a one tester question just so you know how to work the system. What colour is grass? Green. And then you go through that, and then you start the test. You get an hour time to do it, and you get 50 questions. I finished it probably in about 15 minutes because I really took my time, and then I basically flagged all the ones that I wasn't 100%. So the 100% ones were ones I had done and practiced before, and I knew without a doubt I got this right. I went back and then I looked at all the flagged ones, and there was 11 flags, and if you don't know, you can only make 7 mistakes, so you can get 43 out of 50. 11 would mean I failed, so I started panicking. I looked through the 11 and I was really reading the question. I was trying to work it out. I'm thinking I could get these right, but there's a chance that I don't, and I don't want to be unsure. Then went through the whole thing again, flagged the ones again that I was like, I'm not going to get this right. And then there was only 4, so that's not too bad. And then I went through the whole test again and I flagged the ones that I was like, right, I'm not 100%. And at the end, there was only 2 that I wasn't 100% on. So I was like, okay. It took me 40 minutes to do it, and then it gives you a 3-minute break, and then you watch a hazard perception video explaining everything. And hazard perception, how I prepared for that, I didn't really much. There's not much out there resources wise unless you pay that you can practice with, so I just watched a lot of YouTube videos and people explaining how to do it. I was mistaken and I thought you had to click on the actual hazard developing itself, like, so I'd be following cars clicking, and that wastes so much time, and you don't do that because in the actual thing your mouse disappears, you're just clicking, so it's not needed anyway. You just click the hazard when it's developing. There's loads of hazards in each video, but you need to click the one that's developing, and you can't click it too much because if you spam it or you do it in a pattern, they'll give you 0 points, and you need 44 out of 75, which isn't too bad. That averages on about 3 per video. I didn't get 0 on any test, thank God, because I was being so careful. So after that, they asked if you want to do some trial questions for like future tests, so I did 5 extra hazard perceptions. There was 1 really rainy one, 1 rainy at night time, 1 nighttime, 1 really snowy and icy one, and 1 daytime one, and all of them were so difficult. I was thinking, oh my God, thank God I didn't get anything in the snow, didn't get anything in the rain. I got them all in daylight except from one which was in fog, and that was probably the hardest, to be fair. All the videos are CGI, and it's really funny. If you see the people up close, they had the funniest faces. I tried not to get distracted, but a school bus dropped off these kids and they jumped in front of the school bus and tried to cross the road, and you literally stopped for them and you can see all their faces. Oh, it's the funniest thing. Then I did some survey questions. How did you find your experience today? Were the people nice and all this? And I said very satisfied for pretty much everything. And then you leave and you go to the desk and he gives you your keys to get everything out of your locker, and then you return and he gives you your letter. And I didn't look at it, I just walked straight out. I went straight to the toilet. My boyfriend was about to pick me up. I was going to open it in the car with him, but then I went to the bathroom and I just was like, I really want to see. My answer was facing up. You passed, and I was so happy. So you have to have 43 out of 50. I got 47 out of 50, and then out of the 75 for the hazard perception you have to get 44. I got 63, so like loads, way above. So I didn't expect that at all. So now I've got to think about practical tests, and I don't really want to because I don't feel ready to drive yet. So my basic tips are, you don't have to pay for any revision materials. Maybe that main book, but you don't need it, to be fair. All information is online. You can get apps if you want, but it's not necessary. As you can see, I passed first time without spending any money, so I'm pretty pleased. Second is, remember your provisional license. You must have that, else you can't take it. It's not worth it. 3, don't expect the worst. I went in there expecting that the guys were going to be horrible people, and they weren't, and it did just cheer me up a bit. It's the day you're on. I'd go on a nice sunny day when everyone's in a good mood, to be fair. That's what I did. Number 4, use Right Driver if you want all 700 questions. Not sponsored, but I just definitely think it's the best website. And 5, give yourself enough time when you book it between your tests. You really do crack down and knuckle down when you know your test has a deadline. Thank you guys all for watching. I know you guys like hearing results of mine. Like, I did my GCSE results, I've done this. I will definitely be doing my practical test results, and then also my A-level results. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please subscribe and become part of our family, and give this video a big thumbs up. And if you have any questions about your theory test, then comment them down below and I will answer them. All my social media links are in the description box below. I love you guys so much, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!